Hi everyone. Um, just wanted to do a quick sort of reaction video to yesterday's terrorist attack news from Nairobi. I'm sitting outside my house having a little fire in the little chimney here. It's a little bit too warm for a fire, but it's more about companionship, I think, than anything. There's a favorite quote of mine from Edward Abbey from Desert Solitaire where he talks about needing a fire just for the companionship, not for the warmth. It's nice what a little fire can do for the soul. So yesterday we got some horrifying news, I guess, in Nairobi. Another terrorist attack, an Al-Shabaab attack on a hotel in Nairobi. At this point, they're talking like around 15 deaths of civilians, and this has happened several times. So, unfortunately, in Nairobi and in Kenya, we're kind of familiar with this kind of stuff. But it's interesting how quickly people just sort of get on with life. Today, business as usual. Everybody back to work and moving on, moving forward. Kenyans take to social media, they take to Twitter, and they air their grievances, and they squabble, and they fight, and hash things out. And currently they're attacking the New York Times for posting pictures of bodies from the scene, which is kind of not uncommon for the New York Times. They do that pretty much from every major disaster. But yeah, it was very insensitive, and I can see where that's coming from. It's just interesting to me that instead of people being angry with the government for the security lapse that allowed another terrorist incident to happen, they're taking out their frustrations against the New York Times. A little misplaced, but oh well, I digress. So anyway, I don't feel any less safe today than I did yesterday. It's just a factor of living here. You try to do what you can to minimize risks, but these things are random and they happen. It's interesting today that there was news that there was a bad public transit, a matatu, small minivan wreck, collided with a truck and killed about 6 people on the highway. And a lot of people die on the roads. There's vehicle accidents pretty common, and it hardly brings any news whatsoever. In fact, there was a major bus accident a few months back, 2 or 3 months back. It killed 55 people in one crash. Bus overturned and killed a lot of people, and it was news for a day or two, but people just sort of moved on. It's just sort of a weird thought, I guess, to think how people dying in one fashion generates news and panic and crisis, terror, if you will, and people dying in an accident, sort of people shrug and move on. It's just weird. Why should one cause of death be more newsworthy than another? I don't know. Anyway, that's where we stand today. I don't really have a whole lot to say about the thing other than, our thoughts are with Kenyan people at this time, and hoping that we someday can move past this, where this type of event isn't, I don't want to say an everyday experience, because it's definitely not, but isn't such a commonplace experience that we become complacent to it. Yeah, that shouldn't be. Kenya doesn't deserve this. Nobody deserves terrorism, but especially Kenya. I gave up a long time ago trying to make sense of the senseless, and there is nothing that makes sense about terrorism. It's very difficult to see how you further your cause by killing innocent people. Reports of pregnant women being shot and things like that. How does that gain any sympathy toward your cause? I don't get it. I don't understand. So whatever these guys' aim was, they certainly didn't generate any sympathy among anybody that I know. And I don't see how you can further a political cause by killing innocent people. It just makes no sense whatsoever. So that's where things are at today. The birds are singing, the sun's coming out again, and it's another beautiful day in Nairobi.